Good evening, everyone, and welcome to day 3 of the Ramayana Kids Camp. And today happens to be a very, very important day, very auspicious day, very, very joyful and blissful day. What day is it today? If you know, please put your hands up. What day is it today? It's Sri Rama Navami. This is the birthday of Lord Rama, which happened many, many thousands of years ago. The entire duration of Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. 4,32,000 years, out of which we have covered maybe around roughly 5,000 years. The previous Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, is 8,64,000 years. And before that was Treta Yuga, which is 12,96,000 years. And it is in Treta Yuga that Lord Rama lived. So Lord Rama actually lived some lakhs of years before we arrived on this planet. And today happens to be the day when Lord Rama was born. So I wish all of you, your parents, your family, your friends, a very, very happy and blissful Ram Navami. So I request all the kids to put your hands down on Zoom. You have all raised your hands. So please lower your hands, all of you, everybody. Mukund, Sridhar, Jishnu, Akshar, everyone, please put your hands down. Siri Vanilla, Jishnu Priya, Hanish, everybody, please put your hands down. Parth Dubey, Hanish Babu, Tanish, all of you put your hands down. Okay, please put your hands down because I'm going to ask you to do something which is very, very important. Okay, and so therefore I want all of your hands down. Prakriti, Kushal, Niyandri, Atharva, all of you hands down. Shankar, Nanda, Sumit, Bhaskar, Avantika, Yukta, Shyam, Saket, Luptika, everybody hands down. All right, fantastic. Okay. Master Laksh, Sridhar, Tanish, Kushal, Pari Dubey, Luptika, Aprameyan, everybody hands down. Puneet, Ananya, Ritvik, Vivan, Ashni, Sahasra, Shri Sai Sharanya, hands down, hands down. Yashas, Rishikesh, Tanish, you're writing, please put your hands down. Sridhar, Sesha Vaishnav, Atharva, Praveen, Pari Dubey, hands down. Sanvi, hands down. Madala, hands down. See, if you are going to do this, we are going to waste time in all of these things. Please put your hands down, everybody. I will not start until all of you put your hands down. Ritvik, Ashini, Anita Kumari, please put your hands down. Shubhashri, Tanish, hands down. Sridhar, hands down. Okay. Right. Don't raise your hands. Atharva, don't raise your hands. Arush, Angad, don't raise your hands, please. If you raise your hands, I'm going to ask you to leave the Zoom meeting. Dikshita, hands down. Advik, Shrestha, I see anybody's hands up, I'm going to remove them from the Zoom meeting. Shrestha, hands down. Sridhar, hands down. Okay. So now what I want all of you to do now is yesterday we saw about a day before yesterday, we saw about the importance of respecting our teachers. how we can actually acquire knowledge from our teachers. You all did amazing. Sridhar, should I remove you from the Zoom meeting? Okay, don't put your hands up. Snigdha also, right? Okay, so on Monday, we saw the importance of how we have to approach our Guru, right? And yesterday, we saw how Lord Rama, the way he dealt with different kinds of people, his dealings were so amazing, and the manner in which he respected his elders, right? So he, even though he instructed his mother, still he did it very, very respectfully, right? So now what we have learned in the past 2 days, one of the very important things is how to respect our elders, right? Today being Ram Navami, what I want all of you to do is walk in the footsteps of Lord Rama. You also become respectful to your parents first and then your teachers. So what I'm asking you, all of you, to do right now is take a couple of minutes. Please go to your mother or father, any elder who's there in your house, all right? Bring them in front of the camera right now and offer obeisance to them. That means touch their feet right now, okay, in front of the camera. I want all of you to do this. This is a practical way in which you're going to follow Lord Rama on the day of his appearance, on his birthday. Okay, so I'm going to count till 10. I want to see all of you on the screen bringing your parent or grandparent or elder, father, mother, brother, whoever it is. Bring them and touch their feet. I want to see this. Okay, I can see Shri Anav. Shri Anav is doing that. Okay, everybody get up from your place right now. Bring your elder in front of the camera and offer obeisance to them. Nanda, get up. Nobody is there at home, Nanda? Nobody is there? If nobody is there, then it is fine.
Prabhuji, they are there, but they are having their lunch.
Okay, no problem. If it is not possible, then it's a different thing. But then if it's possible, please do it right now. Okay, how many can I see? Not yet, nobody yet. Put your hands down. I'm going, no hands up. Get up, go and get your parents right now and do what I asked you to do. One parent, one elder. If nobody is there, then that's a different thing. Okay, Siri.
If nobody is there, they can, once they are back, they can do, but the activity continues.
Yeah,
You can tell them,
activity
Prabhu.
continues. You can do it later also. Okay, I can see Tanisi. I can see Siri. Who all are doing? Let me take a look. Nidhi is there. Pratishta is there. And who else is there? Let me take a look. Okay. All right, go ahead. Quickly. Goptri, I can see Goptri. Take their blessings. Take your elders' blessings right now. Okay, Shri Mahi, Sai, Hari Shri. Oh, I see Hari Shri right now offering obeisance, taking her mother's blessings. Okay, who else? Shri Ram Siddha. I can see him doing that. Then Shrikant is there. Chandas, Ayushi. Go ahead. Wonderful. You're making Lord Rama extremely pleased by this activity, what you're doing right now. Yeah, okay. My wife wants to speak. She's here. This is Sangini. I don't know if you can see her.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna. I hope all of you are enjoying your session.
Okay. Wait, let me pin her.
Hare
right?
Krishna. Wish you all a very happy Rama Navami. May Lord's mercy be upon you all always. Krishna bless you. So I just thought, let me also do the activity. He is my husband. He is my first
Oh,
guru. So I thought I'll inspire all of you also. It is a wonderful culture to pay respects to our elders, to our teachers. So this is a way that it's been their culture. And unfortunately, nowadays we don't see this happening often. So make it a point that every festival you do this. We don't know next festival whether we'll be there with you all, but yes, we would love to continue the relationship with all of you. But remember this on your birthdays, on the special occasions, always. In fact, actually, it is an everyday thing. That is what people used to do in olden days. But at least, if not every day, at least on festival days, take this opportunity to take blessings from elders. It's very, very important. Hare Krishna. So let me go ahead and do it too. Prabhuji.
okay. I didn't expect this. Stay blessed, everybody.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, I can see Avin. Avin is doing that. Fantastic.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
So glad, so glad. Avin is taking blessings from his grandmother. Okay, Dhruv and Dia, all of you, I'm sure all of you did this, but I cannot see everybody, but please continue this
Hare Krishna. Hello?
at home every day, if not every day. Okay, Daksha is there. I can see Aruna Mataji. Okay, if not every day, at least on festivals. All right. So, okay, thank you all so much for doing this, listening to me, and offering obeisance, taking blessings from your elders. Stay blessed on this wonderful day, and thank you for being here, on Ram Navami to listen to the glories of Lord Rama. Okay, so let's continue with the session. We have a lot of things to do today, a lot of things. Okay, so I have some very exciting announcements at the end I'm going to do, and I have the winners of the Illustrated Ramayana for Children book. I'm going to announce the winners for yesterday and day before yesterday. Uh, Two winners I'm going to announce at the end of our session. Okay, one person I'm going to allow. Atri Anshik wants to speak. After that we'll get on with the session. Sorry.
Sir, touching foot, I will do it in every festival and every birthday to my mother, father.
Very good, very good. Okay, continue that. Okay, great. All right. Okay, so all your hands down, hands down, hands down. We will discuss later. First, let's move to the session. All right, great. Nanda, hands down. Nanda, you should be a good example for others. Harshata, hands down. Master Lakshman, is that? Harishri, hands down. Neha, everybody. Right. Okay. Let me share the screen and let's start with today's session, which is basically Aranya Kanda. Now, Lord Rama and Lakshmana and Sita Devi, they are in the forest, and let's take a look at what adventures they are going through in the next few years or months. All right, so let me share the screen and we will start. All right, so here we are on the third day, on the very, very auspicious day of Shri Ram Navami. Please don't ask for the remote control of my screen. I'm not going to give that. Okay, so Nikhilesh Reddy, sorry, don't do this. You'll keep allowing people. Okay, so welcome again to the most auspicious day of Lord Rama's appearance day. And I want to ask all of you, shall we call, because Lord Rama has such wonderful qualities, shall we call him the lovely Lord? How many of you want to call him the lovely Lord? Okay, just raise your hands. Don't have to. Not raising hands in Zoom. Just raise hands in the camera, physically, not on Zoom. Put your hands down on Zoom. Okay, great. So, henceforward, we are going to address Lord Rama as the lovely Lord Rama, because he's so amazing that we will call him from today as the lovely Lord Rama. Every time that you're going to talk about Lord Rama, you say lovely Lord Rama. Okay, so that is our code word, how we are going to address the Lord. Okay, fantastic. So now what we are going to take a look at is the Aranya Kanda. Aranya means forest. Okay, so that's what we are going to take a look at. And this session is also dedicated to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. I am offering my most respectful obeisances and seeking his blessings. He is my Parama Guru, and he is also the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So may he bless all of us to keep Lord Rama in our hearts. Okay, so all of you also can pray to Srila Prabhupada so that he will bless you. He is a pure devotee of the Lord who comes down in the parampara of Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Okay, so now last at the end of Ayodhya Kanda, we saw how Atri Rishi had given the directions for Lord Rama and Lakshmana and Sita Devi to enter the Dandakaranya forest region. Okay, so Lord Rama and Lakshmana and Sita Devi, they entered the Dandakaranya forest, and as they were walking through the forest, a few days they had been passing, sometimes staying just under trees. One time, suddenly, Lord Rama heard a shriek, "Oh Rama, save me, help me," like that. And then Lord Rama and Lakshmana were astonished. They looked up and they saw there was a huge demon who had caught hold of Mother Sita. And Lord Rama was so angry that this demon had taken hold of Sita Devi, and he wanted to kill this demon immediately. So Lord Rama immediately told Lakshmana also, and he as well took few arrows and kept on his bow and pulled the string of the bow. But to no avail. The demon got hurt, but then he just caught hold of Rama and Lakshmana also and ran into the forest. And he was laughing, ah ha 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 ha, very loud, cruel laughter. And he said, "I was given boons by Brahma. I have the strength of 25,000 elephants. What can you puny human beings do to me? Ah ha 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 ha. I am going to drink the blood of you both, and this lovely lady will become my wife." Saying so, he was running into the forest. Then Lord Rama, he indicated to Lakshmana, and both of them pulled out their swords and chopped the hands of this demon. And they thought that we have to kill him quickly. And when they shot more arrows into the demon and chopped him, he kept down Sita Devi and he was attacking still Lord Rama. He was rolling on the floor because he was huge. He was 4 times the height of the tallest tree in the forest. He was so huge. So he rolled and he was trying to kill Lord Rama and Lord Lakshmana. Is it possible for anybody to kill God? No way. So Lord Rama escaped from his rolling, and at one point in time, they just chopped him into pieces. And at that point in time, they saw that a beautiful figure emerged out of this dead demon. And that happened to be the Gandharva Tumburu. It seems that a long time ago, this Gandharva Tumburu was cursed for some reason by Kuvera. He was cursed to become a Rakshasa, and therefore he had become this ugly ogre demon called Viradha. Do you know his name? Have you heard of Viradha? Okay. Today in Nama Ramayana, we will learn about Viradha. So the first lines of the Aranya Kanda goes like this. Dandaka vanajana pavanaram dushta viradha vinashanaram dandaka vanajana pavanaram dushta viradha vinashanaram. So that those are the first two lines of this beautiful Aranya Kanda description in Nama Ramayana. Okay, so anyway, after killing Tumburu, after liberating Tumburu and killing Viradha, Sita Devi stood between. Lakshmana was in the front, Sita Devi was behind Lakshmana, and Lord Rama was at the back. So they proceeded into the forest like that. As they walked, they passed through the hermitages, the ashrams of many, many sages like Sarabhanga, Sutikshna, Agastya, so many wonderful sages. They went and stayed with them, and they got instructions from them, and also they got an idea as to where they could stay from Agastya Rishi. So every year, sometimes Lord Rama, Lord Lakshmana, and Sita Devi would stay in one particular ashram. Then they would move to another Rishi's ashram, move to another Rishi's ashram. Sometimes they would stay only for a day, sometimes for a week, sometimes for a month, sometimes for a year, sometimes for a few years. Like in Sutikshna Rishi's ashram, Lord Rama stayed for 3 years. Okay, so like that. After continuing like this for 10 years, one day Lord Rama told Sutikshna Maharishi that we have heard that Maharishi Agastya is staying nearby. We want to go and visit him. So when they went and visited Agastya Rishi, he is the one who told that they could go to the nearby beautiful place called Panchavati and stay there. So Lord Rama, Lord Lakshmana, and Sita Devi, that is how they went to Panchavati, beautiful place, and they were staying there. So nearby, Jatayu also used to stay. Jatayu was a huge vulture, and that creature used to stay there, and he was very, very old, almost the age of Maharaj Dasharath. Maharaj Dasharath had ruled Koshala and the entire world for 60,000 years. And Jatayu also had lived for so long. He was a very dear friend of Maharaj Dasharath. So in that sense, Jatayu also was like the father of Lord Rama. Okay, that is how Lord Rama considered. So like this, they were living, and Jatayu had told Lord Rama that in case there was any time when Lord Rama or Lakshmana, Jatayu told, when you both are not there, I would watch over Sita because she is my daughter. So that way, Lord Rama and Lakshmana were very, very peaceful. So this was going on for quite some time. 3 years passed by. That means totally 13 years of their Vanavasa passed by. And one day, what happened? The demoness Shurpanaka, she was flying over the hut of Lord Rama in Panchavati. And Ravana had just killed her husband. So she was looking for a new husband. And when she flew over Panchavati and she saw the handsome, long-limbed Lord Rama, she instantaneously became attracted to him. She came down Of course, she was a shape shifting. That means she could change her form. She was a shape shifting Rakshasi. Shape shifting means she could transform herself into different forms. So even though she could do that, she could become a very beautiful woman. But then when she looked at Lord Rama, she forgot to shift her shape, transform her form, and she came just like that with her bent back, long and crawly hands and legs, long nails, long teeth, dark form, and her coppery hair. Her hair was like metal, like copper wires, like that. So she came in front of Lord Rama like that, and she asked to marry Lord Rama. Can you imagine how handsome and beautiful Lord Rama is getting married to a demoness like Shurpanaka? No way. So Lord Rama also laughed when he heard this proposal. So he told in a joking manner to Shurpanaka that, "Oh, lovely lady, you are, of course, extremely beautiful, but I don't think you will like to live with a co-wife. I'm already married and my wife Sita is also with me. So you can ask the hand of Lakshmana. My younger brother Lakshmana is more handsome and more valiant, more powerful, more strong than me. Why don't you go and approach him?" So then Shurpanaka, very coyly, she hopped away from Lord Rama and towards Lakshmana. And she went and asked, "Oh Lakshmana, indeed you are very beautiful and you will be the most apt husband for me. Come with me and let's enjoy life in this forest." So Lakshmana looked at Lord Rama, looked at Mother Sita, looked at Shurpanaka, and again looked at Lord Rama. He was almost like, "Oh, my dear brother, why have you put me in a fix like this?" So, saying like in his heart, he was saying like that. He was gesturing to Lord Rama in that manner. And then Lakshmana looked at Shurpanaka one final time and he said, "Dear Shurpanaka, you are indeed very beautiful." So now Lord Lakshmana was also joking. "Indeed, you are very, very beautiful. But what to do? I am a mere servant of my elder brother. And if you get married to me, you will also become his maid servant and therefore Sita's maid servant. Would you want to do that? I think it would be best for you to get married to Rama, my brother." So that way, Lord Lakshmana washed his hands off this matter and he again put the ball in Lord Rama's court. So then Shurpanaka again hopped back to Lord Rama and she said, "Oh Rama, indeed you will be a better suitor, a better husband for me. What Lakshmana is saying is right. Is it because of the Sita that you don't want to marry me? Right now, I will kill her and eat her up. That way, you will be free to marry me." Saying so, she jumped towards Sita Devi. Lord Rama looked at Lakshmana with anger, saying, "You cannot play with Sita like this." Saying so, he indicated to Lakshmana, "Do something about this." Immediately, Lord Lakshmana came in between Shurpanaka and Sita Devi, drew out his dagger from the dhoti that he was wearing, and chopped off the nose of who? Shurpanaka. And Shurpanaka was bleeding and she was in pain. But then she was again going to attack Sita Devi. And at this time, Lakshmana, with just one stroke, swift stroke, took out the dagger again and this time chopped off her ears as well. Shurpanaka screamed in agony, in pain, and ran away from that place. So then Lord Rama, Lord Lakshmana, and Sita Devi went back into their hut, safe and sound for now. Later, what was happening there? Shurpanaka ran to a nearby place called as Janasthana. Janasthana was the capital of the Rakshasa dynasty, capital in India. The capital for the whole world of the Rakshasas was Lanka, where Ravana lived. And who was this Shurpanaka? Shurpanaka happened to be the younger sister of Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Vibhishana, Khara and Dushana. Khara and Dushana were ruling over Janasthana. So she ran to her elder brothers, Khara and Dushana, and she pleaded with them, "Oh, my dear brother Khara, look at what these puny human beings have done to me. There is one Rama and Lakshmana, both of them. I want you to kill, I want to drink their blood, and I want to drink the blood of Sita. I want to see that you kill this Rama and Lakshmana." And saying so, Khara was furious. So he sent 14 of his best Rakshasas to kill Rama and Lakshmana and bring Sita to his place. So these 14 demons went. Lord Lakshmana saw that they were coming. Lord Rama also became alert. Lord Lakshmana said, "My dear brother, be here with Mother Sita. I will go and take care of them." Lord Rama said, "No, this is my problem. You sit here, I will go. I have to protect Sita." And Lakshmana was made to sit with Sita Devi. Lord Rama went, and within a few minutes, he killed all the 14 of them. The arrows pierced through their hearts and they fell, and Lord Rama came back. So Shurpanaka was witnessing all of this, and she ran back again to Khara, and this time she spoke harshly to Khara. "What kind of rubbish brother are you? You cannot even protect your sister? See how Rama is protecting his wife. You're useless, hopeless, ha 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 ha," like that. She went on, and Khara was very angry this time. He said, "I myself will go." And Khara, Dushana, and Trishira. Shira means head, Tri means three. Three means three in Sanskrit also. And Trishira, these three, and Trishira is a demon who had 3 heads. That's why he was known as Trishira, the 3-headed demon. So Khara, Dushana, Trishira, all of them, this is the picture of Shurpanaka's nose being cut. I keep forgetting to move the pictures. Okay, so she made Khara Dushana come to Panchavati with 14,000 Rakshasas. Khara, Dushana, Trishira plus 14,000 Rakshasas came. This time Lord Rama went, and in just two hours, he killed every single Rakshasa there. Shurpanaka fled from that place. Only one Rakshasa, so 13,999 Rakshasas died, including Trishira, Khara and Dushana. Khara and Dushana had received boons from Lord Brahma, very powerful Rakshasas. But still Lord Rama, it is said that nobody could understand, those who saw, when Lord Rama was pulling the string of the bow, when he was removing the arrow from his quiver is the holder of the arrows at the back. When he was doing that, when he was placing the arrow in the bow, when he was pulling the string, when he released, nobody could see. It was as if continuously he was doing that. His hand, sometimes when the fan runs fast, you cannot see the blade. It is like whirring around, isn't it? Like that, Lord Rama's, like a fan's blade moving, Lord Rama's hands were moving. So 14,000 Rakshasas in 2 hours. Let's do a calculation. I have a calculator here. Okay. So 2 hours, if we take into 60 minutes, okay, that is 120 minutes. Into 60, if we do, that is 7,200 seconds are there in 2 hours. 14,000 Rakshasas, if Lord Rama had to kill in 7,200 seconds, that means he was killing one Rakshasa every half second. That means in 1 second, he was killing two Rakshasas. Can you imagine this? How quick he would have acted? And it is said by Maharishi Valmiki that Lord Rama did not even break a sweat. He killed all of them without even one bead of sweat appearing on his forehead. Can you imagine? He was not just beautiful and handsome and gentle and all that. When there was a time for him to show his prowess, he was equally courageous. That is our lovely Lord Rama. Okay, so this way he protected Sita Devi for now. One Rakshasa named Akampana, he escaped and he went straight to Ravana and he described everything. Ravana was furious that human beings had managed to kill Khara and Dushana and 14,000 Rakshasas. How is this possible? And Akampana explained the beauty of Sita Devi. Now Ravana was becoming eager to see this beautiful maiden. Okay, not maiden, lady. So all of you might have heard, or I'm going to show you a video. You may see that it was Shurpanaka who went and informed Ravana first. It was not Shurpanaka, it was actually Akampana. Then uh, Ravana thought, okay, if I have to abduct Sita and kill Rama and Lakshmana, there is only one person who can do it because he has faced this Rama Lakshmana before. And who was that? That was Maricha. So he went to Maricha and he told Maricha, dear Maricha, why don't you come with me to kill Rama and Lakshmana and abduct Sita? At that time, Maricha, because you know Maricha had already got hit with one arrow, he was thrown 800 miles away. So Maricha said, sir, I don't want to get into this business of yours. Please leave me out. And I am advising you also, because Maricha was elder to Ravana. He said, I'm advising you, I'm your minister. Please do not mess around with Rama. Let him live with his wife in Dandakaranya. You go and live with your thousands of wives whom you have in your kingdom. Don't mess around. And he explained the glories of Lord Rama. So then Ravana thought, okay, this is not worth taking a risk. Anyway, I have so many beautiful women in my palace, so let me live with them. And having thought like that, he went back to his kingdom Lanka. And at that time, Shurpanaka came there. Now Shurpanaka came there and incited Ravana. Ravana was peacefully, quietly sitting. Now this Shurpanaka came and instigated him. That means put chabi, for him. So she was telling, you shameless creature, you call yourself the king of the Rakshasas. 14,000 of your men have been killed, which includes two of your younger brothers. How shameless can you get? And then she described the beauty of Sita Devi. How beautiful she was. No woman in Lanka could match the beauty of Sita. So all of these things kind of arose the desire of Ravana to capture Sita Devi and keep for himself. So this way, Shurpanaka acted like the social media, internet, television of today. We are sitting peacefully in our home, watching some serial. Suddenly, one advertisement will come. He'll come and tell, buy this, buy this, buy this, like that. And then we will say, no, 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 no. Like Ravana, after listening to Maricha, he said, no, 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 no. I don't want this. I don't want this. But after 15 minutes, the same ad will come up again. Buy this, buy me, buy this, buy me, like that. And then we will get little Okay, why not try that? Then after another 15 minutes, again it will come, buy me, buy me, buy me. And at that point in time, immediately we will agree, okay, let me go and buy. This is how social media, television, and all of these things, they are like modern days Shurpanakas. That's how they influence our mind. So today, I'm going to talk a little about how the modern entertainment affects us so much. So, if you see, society today is influenced by entertainment, and entertainment is also influenced by society, both ways, actually, vice versa. All the ideas that we have about this world, about people, about our lives, about what we should do, most of it is governed by society. And society is influenced by all of these things: social media, television, internet. If you are not on Facebook, your friends are going to tell you, hey, you're a nerd, you're not cool. If you're not on Instagram, people are going to say that. Of course, you can always use them for good things. But then, to while away time, I was looking at a statistic some time back. It is said that children in cities, especially, on an average, spend 2 hours on social media every day, on an average. Okay, this is not that every child has to. I'm sure you are spending 2 hours listening to Rama, and so you are wonderful that way, no doubt about that. But then there are so many who are watching television or being on social media for so long. Okay, so society is influenced by entertainment and vice versa. Now, if you look at television, it has become an indispensable means. We cannot live without it. Okay, we cannot live without television of most homes. Earlier, it was only in the Western countries. Today, television has become a part of every single household, every single home in India also. Okay, now the question is it just a harmless entertainer, or is it controlling our mind, our minds? Is the television controlling? We'll take a look at it. You see, okay, some of you may find it a little difficult. Those of you who are very small, you can call your mother or father now and ask them to listen. They can explain to you later. Okay, so how the mind works, let's take a look at this. There are two parts of our mind. There is something called as a conscious mind, and there is something called as a subconscious mind. Okay, now conscious mind is responsible for logic. If I do this, this will happen. If I don't do this, this will not happen. This is called as logic and reasoning. Okay, this will be the effect if I do something like that. This is reasoning. So the conscious mind is responsible for logic and reasoning. It figures out what is good or bad for us. The subconscious mind, on the other hand, it is just like a database. It just stores memories and emotions. Like, say, for instance, I won a championship. I was very happy. That emotion and the memory of that incident will be stored in the subconscious mind. The logic and reasoning part will not be stored. Whether it was good or bad, that will not be stored. Whether I won the championship by cheating somebody, it will not be stored in the subconscious mind. No logic, no reason, good or bad, not in the subconscious mind. Only that emotion and the memory. Okay, sometimes it could be negative emotion also. I fell down somewhere and it pained. That emotion of sadness and pain also will be stored. Both positive and negative emotions and memories are stored in the subconscious mind, and it records every single experience that we have in life. Like today, you're listening to Ramayana, you may be feeling happy, joyful that you're learning something, or you may feel a little bored, some of you may be. Now, all of these experiences are stored in your subconscious mind. So some of you, if you feel bored, then tomorrow you may not have the motivation to come for the session. So all of these things are happening. Okay. So these are the two divisions of our mind. Now, listen very carefully. I'm going to show you a flow chart, how things works. All our inputs into our system is coming from the five sense organs, like our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. Anything that I learn, I am getting inputs from these five sense organs. Okay, all of these are processed by the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind, like say for instance, I have a bottle here. This bottle is very cold now. Okay, because I'm sitting in an air conditioned room, so this is very, very cold. Now when I'm touching this, the skin is feeling that sensation of cold. Okay, now this is interpreted by the conscious mind. Okay, and sends that experience to the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind accesses its storehouse of information. Maybe earlier, have you touched anything cold? It will see and sends data back to the conscious mind. Now, this is cold. So I will not take this cold object and keep it on my cheek. It's too cold. Sometimes it is painful also, right? If it is very cold. So I'm not going to do that. So something like this, it'll send data, the experience back to the conscious mind. The conscious mind will decide whether it should keep it on the cheek or not. Like that. Okay, that is what decides whether it is good or bad. Okay, so it reacts accordingly. The subconscious mind only sends the remembrance or the memory and the experience, emotion back. Okay, now say for instance, if you are next to a stove, it's burning, and your senses, the eyes are seeing, the nose is smelling, if you go too close, your hands can feel the heat. That goes into the data is taken by the sense organs and goes to the conscious mind, interprets these inputs, sends the experience to the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind accesses its previous information and sends data back to the conscious mind, and the conscious mind reacts accordingly. Now, the interesting thing is, if there is no data in the subconscious mind, what will happen? Like say for instance, somebody has never touched a stove or fire before. What will happen? Probably being attracted by the color of the fire, a person may put their hand in the finger, like small kids do that, because the subconscious mind doesn't have the data. So the conscious mind doesn't know how to react. Okay, the same thing can happen with bad habits also. Okay, like say alcohol, drugs, things like that. So the conscious mind is just like the tip of an iceberg, what we see over the level of the ocean. But the subconscious mind is like the remaining part of the iceberg. 90% of the iceberg is under the water, and ships sink because they hit the underwater portion of the iceberg. They think, oh, it is only a small iceberg, the ship can go through that. The 90% remaining portion of the iceberg is under the water. So our subconscious mind plays a very important role in our lives. So therefore, if we watch television and then we are getting those inputs, bad inputs, good inputs are okay, but bad inputs are going in, they're going to go and sit in your subconscious mind, and your conscious mind is going to get confused about how it has to react at a later point in time. So watch what you're watching on television, on social media, on the internet. Watch what you're watching. Okay. So that is how reality television is so famous. And all of these things cause immature behavior, relationship complications, negative mentality, misinterpretations, deviation from cultural and social roots. We become more lusty, angry, confused, forgetful, and dull intellectually. Okay. So what is this? what are we actually talking about? Is this all cultural content? What is being shown in Kaun Banega Crorepati and Indian Idol and all of these? All of these have come from abroad. Okay, all these programs are imitations of programs which have happened in the West. Okay, so this is not Indian cultural content. Indian Idol is a replica of American Idol. So this has got nothing to do with our culture. So what I wanted to say was that be careful about how you allow these things to influence your mind. Don't let the Shurpanakas of the modern world deceive you into thinking that it is all right for you go and mess around with Lord Rama. Okay. So anyway, what was happening in Lanka? Ravana fell for Shurpanaka's devious plans, and he again went to Maricha. He told Maricha, now listen, Bhaiya, I have not come to take advice from you. Okay? You are my minister, all right. But listen, you give me advice only when I ask for advice. Now, you better come with me and help me to take Sita away. I'm not going to mess around with Rama. Okay, he may be very powerful. Why take that risk? I want Sita. You come with me. If you don't come with me, I'm going to kill you. This is what this is what Ravana told Maricha. Okay, now Maricha did not have any choice. He knew that if he went and faced Rama, his death was sure. Now Ravana here is threatening that he would also kill him. Maricha thought, and he actually told Ravana also, that better to kill by the hands of Rama than by the hands of Ravana. Saying so, he thought that if Rama is a very powerful personality and maybe he is Lord Vishnu, if I die by his hands, at least I will get liberation. So no problem. He thought like that and he went with Ravana. So Ravana's plan, what he had told Maricha, was that he should take the form of a beautiful deer. Not an ordinary deer, my dear kids, a golden deer with silver spots. Can you imagine this? How gorgeously attractive it would be. A golden moving deer. It's not some statue. It's a moving golden deer, soft like the lotus flower, with silver spots, dazzling in the sun, shining. How attractive it would be. So Maricha was supposed to go in that disguise as that golden deer, and he is supposed to go and jump and frolic in front of Sita Devi. Ravana's plan was that Mother Sita would get attracted and she would ask Rama to capture that deer for herself. At that time, he would go and abduct. Both Rama and Lakshmana would go and he would abduct Sita and get away. And guess what happened? Exactly as per plan. Maricha went. He was jumping around in front. You can see here, Sita Devi is looking at, of course, this is just a brown deer, but this is not how the deer looked. Just imagine, close your eyes and imagine how that deer would have been. A solid golden deer running around with silver spots, shining like the dazzling sun. Sita Devi fell for it. And she begged Lord Rama, we have one more year to go. I want to keep this deer and take it with me to Ayodhya. Please, my dear husband, oh Lord Rama, get me that deer. I want to take it to Ayodhya. Then Lord Rama immediately looked at Lord Lakshmana and said, oh Lakshmana, in all these 25 years of our marriage, Sita has never asked me for anything. Please stay here and guard Sita while I go and capture this lovely looking deer. It is lovely indeed. So Lakshmana said, Oh dear brother, be careful. This is very unnatural and it could be any of these shape shifting Rakshasas. Be careful, dear brother. I will stay here and guard my mother, Sita. Lakshmana always considered Sita Devi as his mother. And saying so, Lord Rama went, and this deer was jumping and sometimes appearing in one spot and suddenly disappearing from that spot, appearing in another spot. Lord Rama was not able to catch the deer. So at one point in time, he thought maybe it is a demon. So he took his arrow, aimed at the deer, and bang, it went. And guess what happened? The arrow hit the deer, and immediately the deer transformed into Maricha, and loudly there was a sound. Oh Sita! Oh Lakshmana! This sound was resounding in the forest, reverberating, echoing, and Lakshmana and Sita Devi could hear that sound. What was that sound? Oh Sita! Oh Lakshmana! All of you, can you tell? Can all of you tell? Oh Sita! Oh Lakshmana! Like that. So, anyway, this is a very tense situation. Then what happened? Are you wanting to know what happened next? Okay, let me continue the story. So, what happened at that point in time was that Sita Devi heard this sound and she became very, very fearful. Very fearful. And she ordered Lakshmana, you please leave and go. Lakshmana refused. Sita Devi started accusing Lakshmana, saying, you are an agent of Bharata. You came here so that in these 14 years you could kill Rama somehow. That is what you came for, isn't it? So like this, Sita Devi started accusing Lakshmana. Lakshmana could not hear this. He told Mother Sita, please, my dear mother, stay inside the house. Please don't leave this house under any condition. Now, a very interesting thing for you to note here is that we have generally heard of some folklore, general common stories that Lakshmana drew the Lakshman Rekha around the hermitage and all that. This never happened. This is just some imagination. It's folklore which have come down in the centuries. But Valmiki Maharishi never recorded this incident. There is no mention of this. That is why it is very important to read Valmiki Ramayana always. Otherwise, all these very nice but untrue things have crept into the other versions of the Ramayans. So always read only Valmiki Ramayana. Okay, so anyway, Lakshmana went and he went in search of Lord Rama. At the same time, the time that the evil, wicked Ravana was waiting for, that had come. He was waiting in the disguise of a sadhu, in the vesha of a sadhu, of a hermit, of a rishi. And he came in front of the hermitage as if he was begging for alms. Sita Devi came out, washed his feet, and gave him some fruits which she had. Immediately, Ravana caught hold of her hair with his left hand and with his right hand held her thighs, and like that he carried her laughing loudly onto his waiting Pushpaka Viman. And he thought, remember the first day I told you the Pushpaka Viman would carry the driver of the Pushpaka Viman to any place he desired? Ravana told the Pushpaka Viman, go to Lanka. And at that time, hearing the loud screams of Sita Devi, oh Rama, oh Lakshmana, who was watching over? Yes, the friendly Jatayu was nearby. Immediately he flew into the air. Jatayu was as big as the Pushpaka Viman. Seeing this huge bird, Ravana was a little fearful, but then he was also a warrior. So he took out his sword, and there was a very, very long battle that was going on between Ravana and Jatayu. But at the end, Ravana took his sword and swoosh, with one stroke of his sword, he cut off the one of the wings of Jatayu. And Jatayu, he fell down hard onto the ground. And he was just waiting for Lord Rama to reach there. Ravana, in the meantime, he flew south towards Lanka, and Jatayu could see the Pushpaka Viman becoming smaller and smaller and smaller, and at one point in time, it became like a dot and vanished. Jatayu could not do anything. Then back to Panchavati. In Panchavati, what happened? So on the way, okay, one very important thing. On the way, what happened? Before Jatayu came, and when the battle was going on between Ravana and Jatayu, Sita Devi quickly took away some ornaments, and she looked down, at a few Vanara chiefs on a hilltop. So she tied into a small packet. She took a piece of her cloth, put some ornaments, tied it into a pouch, and threw it near the Vanaras. The Vanaras went and picked. This is a very important information that will become useful at a later point in time. In the next Kishkindhya Kanda, we will see what happened there. But anyway, then Jatayu saw the Pushpaka Viman disappearing. Here, Lord Rama and Lakshmana came back. As soon as Lord Rama saw Lakshmana in the forest and not in the hermitage, he was scared that something might have happened. Here, a Rakshasa had taken the form of a deer, and there Sita Devi is all alone. And here the Rakshasa had shrieked out, "Oh Sita, oh Lakshmana," and Sita Devi was alone. He became very fearful. Both of them ran back to the hut, and unfortunately, Sita Devi was not there. Lord Rama, he became mad. Okay, I again forgot to move. So this is Ravana coming to the hermitage, and this is the fight with Jatayu. You can see Ravana is chopping off the wings of Jatayu. And okay, now I moved forward. So Lord Rama came and he was going mad. He was asking the leaves, the trees, the fruits, the mountains. But all he could hear was the echo of his sound. Have you seen Sita? Have you seen Sita? Have you seen Sita? Only the echo. And at one point in time, Lord Rama became so angry. The first time he became angry. And he became so angry, he said, "I am going to destroy this entire universe. Without Sita, I am not going to live, and I'm going to destroy the entire universe." Saying so, he was about to pull out an arrow from his quiver. And at that time, Lakshmana fell at the feet of Lord Rama, and he reminded him, "Oh Lord Rama, you are not supposed to destroy the universe. You have appeared incarnated to protect the universe from evil forces. Please don't do this." And then Lord Rama became pacified. This was the first time he became so angry. Okay. Then they walked and walked and walked in the direction of the southern direction. And they walked a long distance. And at one point in time, they reached the place called as Lepakshi. Lepakshi is the place where Lord Rama and Lakshmana found Jatayu lying on the ground. And first, Lord Rama thought it could be a Rakshasa. But then as he went near, he saw that it was actually Jatayu. So immediately he ran towards Jatayu and he asked, "Oh, my dear Jatayu, what happened to you?" And Jatayu described everything that had happened. Lord Rama had tears in his eyes, and at long last, after a few moments, Jatayu breathed his last, looking at the beautiful face of Lord Rama. And because of that, Jatayu went back to the spiritual world. He attained liberation. So, Lord Rama, he carried Jatayu for a long distance and he came to a place called as Tirupukkuli. Tirupukkuli is a place near Kanchipuram where he performed the final rites of Jatayu. Okay, it is also said in some places that the final rites, cremation was performed on the bank of Godavari, but there are also other things, places where it is said that it actually happened in Tirupukkuli near Kanchipuram. There is a place, there is a temple of Vijaya Raghava Rama in Tirupukkuli, and it is a beautiful place. Next time when you go to Chennai, you should go to Kanchipuram and you should also go to Tirupukkuli. It's a beautiful place. Today, I'm going to narrate a little bit about Tirupukkuli a little later, okay, after watching this video. So then they performed the last rites of Jatayu there, and then after that, they walked further down south. One interesting thing that we have to notice here is Jatayu wanted to do some service for Lord Rama, wanted to rescue Sita Devi and hand her over back to Lord Rama. But what happened to Jatayu? He was a miserable failure. He failed in his attempt to serve Lord Rama. But what did Lord Rama do? Lord Rama embraced him and he did not perform the last rites of his father, but he performed the last rites of his father like Jatayu. Such a glorious position Lord Rama gave to Jatayu. So, in the service of the Lord, whether I succeed or I fail, it doesn't matter. What matters is a sincere attempt to serve the Lord. So, remember this very important instruction. Okay. Now, like I told you, there are some amazing announcements that I'm going to make towards the end. I had given you a glimpse of it yesterday, but some amazing announcements are there. And also, I'm going to declare the winners of Balakanda and Ayodhya Kanda quiz and the demonstration activities that I gave. Okay, so then this is something that you should remember, how Lord Rama recognized Jatayu's amazing services. Okay, so back in Lanka, Sita Devi had reached Lanka, and Sita Devi was distraught, even though Ravana took her through all the gorgeous, it was known as Swarna Lanka, not for nothing, because every single building in Lanka was built with gold. Sita Devi was not attracted to all of those grand and opulent things that Ravana showed. Finally, Sita Devi was left in the Ashoka Vana or Ashoka Vatika, the garden of the Ashoka trees. You know the Ashoka trees, right? So, in a garden of Ashoka trees, Sita Devi was left. Ravana warned her, I will give you 12 months. And in 12 months, if you don't agree to marry me, I will chop you up, cook you, and eat you. And he went. At that point in time, Nidra Devi, along with Lord Indra, you might not have heard this. This is a very interesting thing. Nidra Devi is the goddess of sleep. She came and put all the Rakshasas and Rakshasis in the Ashoka Vatika who were guarding Sita Devi. She put all of them to sleep. And then Indra went to Sita Devi, showed his real form, and gave a pot of celestial, heavenly sweet rice. Indra told Sita Devi that if you take this sweet rice, my dear mother, you will not feel hunger, you will not feel thirst. In fact, you will not feel any of the bodily pangs. Nothing. But I cannot prevent you from feeling the pangs of separation from Rama. But you will not feel any bodily miseries. You will not feel hungry. You will not feel thirsty. You will not feel any fatigue. You'll never become tired. Saying so, Sita Devi was given this pot of sweet rice. Indra gave this, and Sita Devi consumed that. Now, one more interesting thing is that Lord Rama came to kill Ravana. This was already predestined. Now, Lord Rama is Lord Vishnu himself. Sita Devi is Lakshmi Devi herself. How can Lakshmi be taken away from Narayana? Is that even possible? It's not possible. So, just before this incident of Sita Devi getting abducted, Lord Rama knew that the time for confronting Ravana had come. So he invoked the god of fire, Agni, into his hut. And without anybody's knowledge, even Lakshmana, without anybody's knowledge, Lord Rama told Agni Devata that please take care of Sita. She's like your daughter. Please take care of her and give a replica of Sita to me. So Agni Devi accepted Sita Devi and turned to Lord Rama a replica, just like Sita Devi, a look-alike of Sita Devi. This is Maya Sita, who is actually an incarnation of Vedavati. You remember Vedavati, who left her body because Ravana wanted to kidnap her? You remember that? I explained in Balakanda that Vedavati's incarnation came as Maya Sita. So actually, Maya Sita is the one who went along with Ravana. Interesting, isn't it? This is also mentioned by Valmiki Maharishi in Valmiki Ramayana. That's why you should read Valmiki Ramayana. Okay, so, I keep going forward. So, this is what happened. And then after that, Lord Rama and Lakshmana were walking down south. They come to one more demon called Kabandhu, and Lord Rama and Lakshmana kill that Kabandhu, but then he happens to be one Dhanu, celestial being, and he gives the information to Lord Rama to go and approach Sugriva, who was in Rishyamukha Parvata, the mountain of Rishyamukha, to take his help. It was Kabandhu who told Lord Rama to do that. And then while they were going in search of Sugriva, they come to the Pampa Sarovara. Okay, Pampa Lake Pampa, and there on the bank, on the shores of that lake was Matanga Rishi's ashram, and that is where they met the disciple of Matanga Rishi known as Shabari. Okay, Shabari was waiting. She knew that Lord Rama and Lakshmana would come there. She was waiting there for both of them, and as soon as they came, she took care of them very nicely and offered them wonderful fruits and preparations made of fruit. Okay, so after that, what happened? Shabari immediately she through yogic trance, she burnt her body on her own. It is not that cremation was performed. Lord Rama did not do anything. Matanga Rishi had given Shabari that power. So she left her body, the body burst into flames, and Shabari went to a higher place. Okay, so this is what happened. She also went back to Godhead. And after that, again witnessing the liberation of Shabari also, they were walking again towards Rishyamukha Parvata in search of Sugriva, and with this the Aranya Kanda of Ramayana ends here. Okay, now we will watch the video, and The video may have some discrepancies, I mean, like some mistakes. What I have narrated is what is written in Valmiki Ramayana. In the video, sometimes you may see some changes, but don't worry about that. Okay, so take whatever I have told you. This is actually what is written in the Valmiki Ramayana. Okay, so let's watch the video. I'll stop this share and share the video to you. All of you put your hands down. Okay, I'm going to share the video. Watch this interesting video.
Shurpanaka, Ravan's younger sister, disguised as a beautiful lady, comes to Panchavati to entice Ram.
I am Shurpanaka. Ram, you're so beautiful, strong, and handsome. I have decided to marry you.
Your wish would be my command were it not for my wife Sita there. Why don't you approach my brother Lakshman? He is also very handsome and very strong.
He's handsome too.
I speak with your interests at heart. I'm only second to Ram, and I don't think you're the kind to settle for second best.
Yes, you are right. I am the kind to settle only for the very best.
Come. I'll introduce you to. This is my wife, Sita. What's happened to you?
Oh, our little sister, what has happened?
Ram? You mean that puny prince from Ayodhya? Is he the one who attacked you?
Those you call puny princes have insulted you and shamed the Rakshas' race.
Do not worry, little sister. I will have these worms sliced up and fed to the ravens for breakfast.
Sita, I wish I could destroy her beauty.
Is she that beautiful?
There is no one more beautiful than her in this whole world. Her waist is slim, her figure captivating, her complexion like molten gold. Oh, a heavenly maid who is designed for you, my brother. She's not worthy of that Ram. Oh, there surely is someone who is worthy of her, and that someone is you.
Ravan, accompanied by his uncle Marich, sets out to kidnap Sita.
Then, as we planned?
Yes, as we planned.
This is magnificent. And this can surely deceive Ram. Oh, how beautiful she is.
How lovely. It is real, isn't it? It's not a dream, is it? Oh, Ram, won't you capture the deer for me? It is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
For you, I will. Lakshman, look after Sita. Brother, remember that this guy's beauty is Shurpanaka. Watch out! Watch out for those treacherous creatures! All right! Protect Sita! So, it is a demon disguised as a deer.
You might be relieved that you have killed me, but you'd better be worried about your pretty wife.
What? Lakshman! Sita! Help me!
Lakshman, did you hear that dreadful cry? Ram is in danger. He needs your help.
Oh, he will be safe. Don't worry, sister.
What are you saying? You wish him dead?
I understand. So, I will obey you. Sister, do not step outside this line. Within this line, you are safe, I assure you.
Everything goes just as I planned. Oh, virtuous lady, I come begging for alms.
Here you are.
Oh, I'm surprised. Somebody has drawn it to protect you. I cannot cross it, but you surely can. Come.
No.
If you do not feed this hungry sage with your own hands, then ruin shall fall upon your father's and father-in-law's house. Oh, noble lady. You must give with an open heart and receive my blessings.
Lakshman! Ram! Help me!
Sita.
Mine now.
Jatayu, help me!
Let her go. She does not belong to you.
He tricked me. He tricked me and abducted my wife during my absence. I swear, Lakshman, I swear, I shall take revenge. I shall follow that villain to the ends of the universe. I will seek him out, and I will destroy him!
Ram!
Hey, what's this?
Forgive me, Ram. I tried to stop him, but he carried her away. My old wings were too feeble.
Oh, Jatayu, how can I blame you when you have given your life's blood for my beloved wife?
Do not lose heart, Ram. You will find her again.
Jatayu, Jatayu.
Okay, did you like the video? Thumbs up if you did. Okay, Shanaya, Suraj, Atri, Sujitra, fantastic. Okay, right. So let's move to the next item, which is this place. Okay, wait, I've not shared the screen. So we have completed the video. Now I'm just going to show you the place which I told you about. This is the place near Kanchipuram called as Tirupukkuli. You see this? This is exactly the place, the small shrine. Actually, opposite to this shrine is the Lord Rama's temple. You can see here, Garuda Dev is facing Lord Rama. You can see Garuda here. This shrine, this small shrine, this is where, this is the place where actually Jatayu's cremation took place. Okay, so you can see this is a small temple of Jatayu. And the local legend says that this particular lake, which is here, this pond, it was created by Lord Rama himself. He took his bow, he wanted water to perform the last rites for Jatayu. He took his bow and he banged it into the earth, and this whole lake was formed. Okay, so this is Tirupukkuli. And next time when you go to Chennai or anywhere near that place, you go there. In Balakanda, I had sent it already in the Telegram group. Balakanda, the place is Ayodhya, which I wanted to talk about. We have spoken about Ayodhya. I had shared the photo and some details in the group, in the Telegram group. Yesterday in Ayodhya Kanda, for that also I had shared an image and some details in the Telegram group about Chitrakoot. So every day we will learn about one holy place connected to the pastimes that we are discussing. Okay, so Tirupukkuli, India is a place of amazing pilgrimage places. In any direction you turn, you will find amazing places. So this is some place, this is something that you may not know. So next time when you go to Chennai, please visit this place as well. Advay, not now. Okay, so Hare Krishna, we have come to the end of this discussion of the pastimes of Ramayana from the Aranya Kanda. Now we will learn what? We will learn Nam Ramayana. Okay, all of you are ready? So let's watch that video. Okay, so here we have Harshini and Janavi who will teach us about the particular portion of Aranya Kanda Nam Ramayana. Please try to repeat after them, okay?
Dandaka Dhanajana Pavanara Dushta Viradha Vinashanara 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 Sharabanga Sutrishna Chitara Agastya Nugraha Varditara Sharabanga Sutrishna Chitara Agastya Nugraha Varditara Rudradipa Sankirtitara Panchavadita शूर्पणखर्दिविदायकरां करदूषणमुखसूतकरां प्रिय हरिणानुकरां करदूषणमुखसूतकरां सीता प्रिय हरिणानुकरां मारीचानिकनाशुकरां विनष्ट सीतान्वेषकरां मारीचानिकनाशुकरां विनष्ट सीतान्वेषकरां कृत्रादिपगतिदायकरां शबरी दत्तपलाशनरां कृत्रादिपगतिदायकरां शबरी दत्तपलाशनरां कबन्धबाहुच्छेदनरां कबन्धबाहुच्छेदनरां राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम.
Okay, so that was very nice. I'm just going to move this to here, and you can see here all the pastimes we discussed are there. Dandaka, Vana, Jana. The Dandaka Vana, the forest of Dandaka. Lord Rama, he protected the Jana, the people of Dandaka Vana. Viradha, Dushta Viradha Vinashana. He destroyed Viradha. Then Sharabhanga, Sutikshna, all of these sages Lord Rama worshipped. Agastya gave anugraha for Lord Rama. Then you can see here Gridhra. Gridhra means vulture. So this is referring to Jatayu. Jatayu was worshipped by Lord Rama. Then Panchavati. In Panchavati, Lord Rama stayed. Then Shurpanaka came. That pastime is described here. And then Khara Dushana were killed. Then Sita Devi wanted the deer. So that is described here. Maricha, that is described here. Then how Lord Rama was disturbed by being separated from Sita is described here. And then Gridhra Adhipa, again the leader of the vultures, how Jatayu's cremation happened, that is described in this line. Shabari Datta, Phala, the fruits that Shabari gave, Lord Rama ate and finally killed Kabandha. And Kabandha gave the information about meeting Sugriva. Okay, so this is basically the entire Aranya Kanda of Nama Ramayana. Now I'm going to make the announcements that I wanted to make. The first thing is about what is the activity for tomorrow. What I want you to do is, I want you to have a celebration at home for Ram Navami. You could have an aarti, or you could do anything. You can, if you have crackers, you can, it's not a good time to burst crackers with everybody under COVID situation, but then, you can celebrate at home in whichever way you want. Best is to do a puja or aarti. Take a photograph of that and post it on the Facebook group. Okay, so now some of you are having issues with videos. So if you can, you post video, or you can post a photo of how you celebrated Ram Navami. Once you end this session, you go and celebrate Ram Navami with your parents, grandparents, friends, and relatives. Don't invite anybody from outside. Be careful, stay safe, and do a celebration and post a photograph on the Facebook page. I'll be sharing all the links by tonight. Okay, so that's the activity for today. Now, as far as the Okay, let me get the chat up. Okay, so the link for the quiz I'm sharing here. I've shared in the chat. Okay, I'll go to YouTube also and I'll share there as well. Link for Aranya Kanda quiz. Okay, so that's the Aranya Kanda quiz link, the Google form. Okay, please take that. Now, today is Ram Navami, and it's a very, very opportune moment, the right time for us to do some service to the Lord. Okay, so like I told you, this Ramayana Kids Camp is organized by ISKCON Sri Rangam and Harmonix Global Foundation. So today, two things you could do. One is you can order for the illustrated Ramayana for children book. If you want this book, I'm going to share a link where you can pay and order for this book. Okay. You can also offer a donation to ISKCON Sri Rangam if you want to. Through Harmonix Global Foundation, you can offer a donation to ISKCON Sri Rangam. So that link also I will share. If you want to offer a donation, okay, so that link also I am sharing here. Right. Now, if you go read, some instructions will be there when you go to this link. Ask your parents to read very carefully. If you want to donate, you can donate any amount greater than 108 rupees, minimum 108 rupees or greater than that. But if you donate 1008 or more, 1008 rupees or more, then you will get a book set which will have this book, Illustrated Ramayana for Children book, and two other books on Lord Rama's qualities, how you can also develop those qualities. That will be on gentleness and on friendship. So a three-book set will reach your place if you donate more than 1008 rupees. Okay, so this I will share in on YouTube as well. Okay, so this is one more opportunity. Now, what I am doing, there are 4,000 kids who have registered for the Ramayana camp. For all of you, I am going to offer you free enrollment for the upcoming Mahabharat camp. Okay, for each one of you, all 4,000 of you are automatically enrolled into the Mahabharat camp. And when are we going to do the Mahabharat camp? During Krishna Janmashtami festival, which will come in the month of August. Okay, so at that time, in another 2 months, 2-3 months, we are going to have another camp, and that will be on Mahabharat, and that will be for 18 days. Okay, there are 18 parvas in Mahabharat and 18 days with a lot of, again, videos and activities and home assignments and stories. All of these things we will learn on around the time of Janmashtami. And there will also be a contest which you can participate, and you can win some amazing prizes if you participate in the contest at that time. Okay, so now this is for you. Now for your parents also, we are coming up with 3 interesting things. The first one is going to be for your parents if they want to. We are going to have a Bhagavad Gita camp for your parents. Okay, this is going to be called as Gita for Life. This will be on the practical aspects of Gita, how your parents can actually practice Bhagavad Gita practically in their lives. Okay, so that is one. This is going to be an 18 chapters, 18 days camp for your parents. Then at another time, we are also going to do a 12 cantos, 12 days Bhagavata Pravaha. This is on Srimad Bhagavatam. This is one of the most important Puranas in our Vedic literatures. And on that, at a later point in time, we are going to also do a Bhagavata Pravaha. Okay, so there are 12 cantos in Bhagavatam and a 12-day camp we are going to do for your parents. That is one more thing. The third thing for your parents is we are going to have a webinar for your education, how your parents can help you get better educated, a free webinar. This weekend, this coming weekend, we are going to have a webinar on an educational model that we have created. So all of these things will be sent by email tonight. Okay, tonight I'm going to send all of these details to everybody. That is about if you want to donate, you can donate or place an order for the book set. That's one thing. Then the Mahabharat camp or the Gita for life for your parents, the Bhagavata Pravaha for your parents, and the educational model webinar for your parents. All of these things are absolutely free except the donation part. That's a donation to a temple. So except that, everything else is absolutely free, whatever I have explained. Now coming to the point where I'm going to announce the prize winners for Balakanda and Ayodhya Kanda. Okay, I want all of you to give a big round of applause when I tell who is the winner. I want to see all of you applauding. All right, great. Okay, Aditya and okay, so great. The winner of Balakanda, based on the performance in the quiz and the video recordings that have been sent of the demonstration that I showed the first day, the flow of the water demonstration, Avantika from Chennai is the winner. Big round of applause to Avantika. Everybody applaud. Congratulations, Avantika. You did great. Actually, it was the video was done by two sisters, Avantika. Both of them, congratulations. But of course, the test was taken by Avantika. So this is as far as the Balakanda is concerned. And don't worry about who is winning. I told you, in the service of the Lord, whether you are victorious like Hanuman or not victorious like Jatayu, it doesn't matter. What matters is the service we perform to the Lord. Okay, so the winner of the Ayodhya Kanda, that is yesterday's, all of you did amazingly well. So many of you, actually later on when I checked, almost 100 of you have got 10 on 10 in Balakanda. Okay, so many of you have done well. It's just that we have to pick only one person, so I picked one, but all of you are actually winners in that sense. You all performed really well. For Ayodhya Kanda, the winner is, let me tell the name, Lohitakshit from Qatar. Okay, again, big round of applause for Lohitakshit. He has won the book and he is a winner for Ayodhya Kanda. Okay, so we have 5 more days to go, and let's see who are going to be the lucky winners in the upcoming 5 days. So I've shared the links in the chat. Please make a note of those links, and you can copy right now, because I'm going to open up the chat and it will be flooded. You will not be able to get. So right now, copy the links, and both the links you can copy to place an order, because some of you asked for the books. So we are giving you more than that book, a book set actually, and this will also be an opportunity for you to donate to ISKCON Sri Rangam. Okay, great. So, all right. So now we are almost at the end of today's session. There are a few of you who want to unmute. Please make a note of the links. Okay. I'm going to place this link again there's no description there. So Ramayana Kids Camp Aranya Kanda quiz. Great. So I'm posting in on YouTube also again. Right. Okay, Aditya, you can unmute yourself. Aditya, and who's that? I can't read the full name. Unmute yourself, Aditya. You're not able to? Okay, okay, right. Suraj Sai. Suraj, you can unmute yourself.
Prabhu, can I sing a song?
Suraj at the end, okay? Because I just want to know if anybody has some questions.
Also, Prabhu, I had a doubt in. I don't have Telegram, so can you just send the Facebook link to upload? I couldn't upload because you told you sent a link in Telegram, but I don't have.
Okay, you don't have Telegram, is it? All right. What I'll do is all the links till today, whatever links I shared on Telegram, I'll send by email also. Okay, by tonight I'll send. Right. Okay. Sanvi, what do you want to say, Sanvi?
Sir, I need to ask that what is the meaning of foothill?
Foothill means at the bottom of the hill. You know, it is almost like the foot of the hill. We have our feet at the bottom, right? So like that. If the hill is here, this is the top of the hill. This is the bottom of the hill. The bottom of the hill is known as foothill.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Shania, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
How is your name pronounced?
Shania itself, you are right, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Shania.
Yes, sir. The thing is, I also don't have Telegram, and I didn't join the first class. I also checked on YouTube, but I still didn't get the link. So I don't know why. So that's why I didn't get to do the quiz of the
Okay, I
first
will
class.
send all of those by email. Okay, today, like I told you.
Okay.
Okay, Atri Anshik.
Sir, you missed one point.
What point?
In the story, Shabari gave the fruits after tasting Rama.
Okay, Atri, that is not mentioned in Valmiki Ramayana. That is
in the song you told Shabji gave fruits, you know it.
She gave fruits, but she didn't eat the song is not saying that she ate and gave the fruits. Okay.
I did not tell that in story. She has
Yeah, actually, that did not happen. That's what I'm saying. Nobody would offer, what they have eaten in their right mind, what they have eaten to the Lord. You know, what the Lord has eaten, we can have, but we cannot offer what we have eaten to the Lord. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Atri. All right. Advait. Go ahead, Advait. You can unmute yourself and see your book.
2 years back, I have got a Ramayana book.
Very good. Very nice, Advait. Please read. Okay, read the book cover
Okay.
to cover. Cover to cover.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Adrika.
Sir, today aren't there any demonstrations?
No, there are no demonstrations, but that's what I told you. You should, you can have a festival celebration at home. That video or photo you can take and post it on the Facebook group. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, I had this Balakanda book.
Oh, wonderful. Can you show it closer? I'm not able to see. Ah, very nice. Is that by Amar Chitrakatha?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, please read that and become a wonderful devotee of Lord Rama, Adrika.
Okay, sir.
All right. Vaishali.
Yes, sir. Sir, your sessions are very nice. I loved it.
Thank you.
And I was having a doubt.
Yes.
You told you are conducting Mahabharatam camp.
Yes.
So how we will get the enrollment link?
You are already enrolled. You don't need a link or anything. You will just get when we are going to start the the Mahabharat camp. You will get an intimation about that. Okay. So don't worry. You are already enrolled.
Okay. Thank you.
Nidhi Raghav. I'm not able to see. Yeah.
Sir.
Yes, Nidhi.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Loud and clear.
Sir, actually, I had a question. I had read that which I had a confusion. Which demon was killed by Ravana, sir?
Which demon was killed by Ravana?
No, sir, like Rama.
In what context are you asking? Lord Rama killed a lot of demons.
Yes, sir. You said 2 brothers were killed, right? I wanted to know who.
2 brothers when?
Yes, in the war, you said that 2 brothers of Ravana were killed.
Okay. Oh, Khara and Dushana.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Atharva, you can unmute. Those who have to leave can leave. Okay, if you have some questions, maybe another 10 minutes, I'll spend time with you. If others have to leave, you can please leave. Okay. I'm going to stop the live stream also, just a minute on YouTube. I'll stop that.